So, there's this tweet on X, and you might wonder, what led to this really? Well, you see how women have entire laundry lists of the preferences they have of their partners because that's the closest they come to actual laundry.
Diabolical things I want in a man. Number 1, height. My man's gotta be above 6'2". My last 2 boyfriends were 6'3". Both of them. And they were jacked. And they looked really good. How am I supposed to downgrade from that? So, unfortunately, my next man will have to be 6'2" and up.
Alright, not gonna lie, we're starting off pretty intense. Maybe the rest won't be as bad, but 6'3" and up is 1.4% of all men.
Number 2, you can't have a gut. I need you built. I need you fit and going to the gym multiple times a week. I'm sorry, I'm just not gonna date a fat guy. If I can be in the gym 5 days a week and be fit and care about how I look, you can do it.
The percentage of men that are very, very fit, meaning that they go to the gym multiple times a week, they have a body mass of around 10% to 12%, that is around 3% of men, and that's being very generous based off the studies that I found.
Number 3, he cannot have a salary cap. Whatever career he's in, he needs to have multiple streams of income, and we need to be able to make as much money as possible. That's why I will never date a guy who works in corporate. What is your 100K salary cap gonna do for me? The max you'll ever be able to get to is what, 150? Yeah, no, we're good. I need you in a career that is going to make us money. I am a lover of luxury. I like expensive things. I like expensive vacations. So will you, if you're my man. So we need a career that can support that. Number 4, whenever we travel, he's gotta be flying his business. I'm sorry, we're not staying in economy together. It's just not happening. Again, this is where the lack of salary cap is really gonna help. And number 5, he's gotta have a really nice watch. I'm not really impressed when I hear somebody has a Rolex anymore because those can be really cheap. I would much prefer if you had an AP or a Patek and maybe multiple of them. The Rolex can be your day watch and it still better be 50K plus.
Okay, so the last 3 things I'm gonna just jumble up into one. Having multiple streams of income, being able to fly not only in economy class but business class, being able to afford nice things, and having multiple luxury watches. I'm going to say that this guy is going to have to be a millionaire or make $1 million a year. So I'm going to be really generous with this and say it's 1%, and 1% in many states is not even $1 million, but I'm going to say he has to be a 1% income earner. So it looks like my girl here is from Toronto. So we're going to add up the United States and Canada as well. And we're going to use both those figures for the male population to calculate her chances of meeting somebody that fits her needs and criteria. So let's go ahead and crunch the numbers. We have 164.4 million men in the United States and 20.25 million men in Canada. Adding both of those up, we have 184 to 185 million men. Now, it doesn't seem like she's really picky on age, so we're just going to go from 25 to 50 for this data set. That's about 60 million men rounded up based off all the data I saw in the United States, and about 6 million men for all the data I saw in Canada, which gives her a pool of 66 million men in that age category, and then we have to multiply the variables that she put out there. So that's 66 million times 1.4% for the height, times 3% for the fitness, and times 1% for the income. And this gives you a total of 277 men. So roughly 300 guys rounding up from US to Canada that fit your criteria if you're not willing to compromise. And on top of that, they have to like you and want to commit to you and be in a healthy relationship, which are factors that I have not calculated because I don't really know your personality, because I just know you off this video.
I have been single literally all my life, okay? And I am 20 years old, but I would not have it any other way because I am looking, that's the thing, like people are like, why are you still single? Like what? I am looking for a specific relationship. A specific relationship, how I want it to be. And I am okay with being single if that means I will never get it in my lifetime. I will never settle. And I have come so far. I've been single for 20 fucking years. I have come so far to the point where like, if I would settle, it would be a joke. It would be a joke. And the thing is like, people are like, your standards are too high. You have too high standards. But the thing is, I've seen like what I want from a relationship within other people. Like I've seen it. I know it exists because I exist. So there, that's all you fucking need, okay? But I know it exists because I've also seen it. Like I have a specific thing I'm looking for and I just refuse to settle. Point blank period. Does that make me cold-hearted and heartless with men? Maybe, okay? Because I just don't fucking entertain everybody on the block. But the thing is, like, I just don't care. I have curated such a close relationship with me, myself, and I, okay? It's true, though. I have such a close relationship with myself, and I have made my life to be what I've wanted it to be forever, and I give everything that I want to myself, and I have such an amazing family and amazing friends that, like, I'm not gonna settle for a stupid ass. Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
You know how even single mothers believe that they should actually have higher standards because the mistakes they made in the past actually means that they know better and now they want better for themselves?
Listen, I don't know who needs to hear this, but just because you have multiple baby daddies does not mean that you are less valuable. It does not mean that nobody will date you, okay? It just means that you need to refine your dating standards, because there are men out there like this who will say to you that you are less valuable because you have multiple children with multiple men. But at the end of the day, men who do that, I really qualify them as my sisters.
Are you telling me that because I already have children that I don't deserve a good man?
Yes.
That don't make no sense at all. I'm so glad that the world don't work the way he thinks it should.
So let me give her a solution. I want her to go back with her baby daddy.
But he a piece of shit. And I would never.
The guy that you open up your legs to is your husband.
As a single mom, you don't know what I had gone through. And sometimes we don't even choose to be a single mom. It's like,
well, let's pick one point by point. You do choose to be a single mom.
How?
A man can't have sex with you unless you grant access to sex. And not only that, how many times has a man broken up with you?
No.
None. None.
Zero.
So no men broke up with you.
Right.
How many men have you broken up with?
A little bit, a lot, what?
How many men have you broken up with?
It has been a mutual
Listen. How many men have you broken up with?
It shit didn't work out.
No, that's not the question. How many men have you broken up with?
4.
You proving my point right there.
No, I didn't.
So you choose the man to have sex with, and then you break up with them. This is why you're a single mom, because you are the problem, and you broke up with these
You let him hit it raw. You didn't have second thoughts.
So unless you're offering to pay for the babysitter, I'm not going on that date. Don't just assume that I'm going to be able to drop off my child somewhere, because most likely I'm not. Offer to pay for the babysitter. That's going to make me more receptive to want to go and spend my time with you.
These are the requirements that you need to have in order to date me, a single mom of 3 kids.
I have lowered my expectations.
Number 1 is that you need to be making at least $130K a year, and you need to have at least 2 side hustles. If you cannot make $130K or more, then you are out of my league. How do you expect to give me money for my kids if you only make $50K a year? If you are 26 and over, then you qualify. 26 to 35 is the age limit, okay? I feel like 35 is pushing it because they look old as already.
If she thinks 35 is old, that means she is in her 20s. With 3 kids, with none of the fathers around, and making unreasonable demands. The Delulu is too strong in this one.
I'm 26, I'm a baby, so yeah.
A baby with 3 babies looking for a 4th baby father. She is capping.
You have to have at least 3 cars under your name. Your second car has to have 8 seats because I have 3 kids. Oh, I want them to be comfortable whenever we go with you on a trip or something. You want me to come with you? I'm gonna bring my kids. We have to get a home that has 6 rooms because each of my kids have to be in their own rooms. And if you cannot meet those requirements, then you're not the one.
Now, back to this tweet. This is what happens when a man comes closest to anything relating to preference. Instead of taking the woman as is, the way they would actually want, this is what happens when men have preferences.
Okay, I'm Riley. I'm 24. I'm from Houston, Texas. And honestly, I'm down for any good adventure. I just got scuba dive certified and I'm planning to go to Australia this summer, so I'm super excited about that. And then I just picked up skiing like 2 years ago, and I honestly love any themed party. Like, those are like my favorite things to go to, my favorite things to plan. And I'm looking for someone that wants to be my adventure buddy, and it's someone that I can trust in and is going to be there for me.
Aww. If any gentleman would like to get to know Riley more, please step forward.
They're nervous.
They're scared.
Anyone. Come on.
Hey Riley, we're gonna have you sit down, but thank you for introducing yourself.
She seems like a lovely girl, no doubt, but no one on the show actually wanted to pick her. The outcome? Well, insults upon insults upon insults. All this because a group of men didn't pick what some of these comments believe to actually be a lovely woman. Again, they didn't say anything. The only thing you would actually accuse them of is maybe looking at each other and giggling, but that's about it. These comments just went in with the insults. Makes you wonder if women can have preferences, and not just preferences, laundry lists of them. Why is it that there's something inherently wrong with every aspect of male preference? Everything from age, to body type, to skin color, to employment status, to financial situation, to body count, everything about male preferences somehow seems insulting to a group of women. Of course, the people who are offended by preferences are those who are not preferred. Remember, these are the same people who actually believe women having preference amounts to them knowing their worth. Only insecure men are bothered by women's preferences, and that women are actually single by choice. For the record, the pendulum does swing both ways on the show, but it's only a problem when it's on the women's side.
All right. I'm Scott. I'm of age. I'm from Carrollton, Georgia. If you don't know where that is, the biggest city nearby is Walmart. I majored in economics at BYU, then found my way to the best city in the world, Baltimore. I live there because I need to legitimately be able to say that I fall asleep to the sound of sirens every night. Otherwise, I'm going to have no credibility for my rap career. That obviously is not taken off yet. So in the meantime, I'm working at the hospital. I'm the one they send in before your surgery to say, you might live, you might die, but either way, you're not going to have an appendix anymore. And in terms of hobbies, my hobbies include and are limited to cow tipping, tax fraud, and hiking to China in search of my golf ball. So who wants to take that hike with me? In terms of my strategy going in, I wanted to see who was interested in me, and so I kind of waited around until I had the opportunity to step on the podium, to kind of put my own spin on the introduction and apply my sense of humor to it.
Hey, if you'd like to know Scott more, ladies, please step forward. Hey, Scott, want to have you sit down?
Basically, you can just see clearly the difference between a woman being rejected and a man being rejected. Take a wild guess which gender is actually presented as having a problem with rejection.
A man's ego is so fragile, and I'm going to prove it to you right now. I'm going to prove it to you. All you have to do is tell a man, you look like you can't swim. You know, you don't look like a very strong swimmer. Oh, they don't like that. They don't like it. Try it. I promise you, I've tested this theory. I'm a great swimmer. They get offended. They start to back themselves up. Oh, somebody's a little fragile.
So I was getting my snack and I gave a man a compliment and he just continued the conversation like I didn't say anything. I am so shocked. All I said was, I like your shirt. And he didn't say anything. Nothing. He just continued the conversation like I didn't say shit. So whenever he got done talking, I just walked away. This is why I never give small compliments. It wasn't like, oh my God, you look attractive. Like, I like your shirt. You know, it was just like, hey, I can recognize a good quality shirt, you know? I'm just surprised and a little hurt. I'm not gonna lie.
Is also ambitious, someone that I can learn from. Yes.
Okay. And now what are some of your deal breakers?
Okay, that's cool. They must be not ambitious. But anyways.
My name is Vince. I'm 30 and very beautiful, but might be a little sassy, you know? I like the reaction. I can see like
Okay. So he said a little sassy. What do you think?
Okay.
There it go. She got an attitude.
So now is he someone that's your type?
No.
All right. And why not?
I don't know. It's maybe it's other perspectives.
That's fair.
Thank you. Let's go over here.
I popped because, and I don't mean to be rude, but you just kind of seemed a little extra for me. And
look at her face.
Okay. Now is he someone that's your type?
I mean, he looks handsome. Yes. Yeah.
Thank you. I think you're attractive too.
Okay. Thank you.
Just wasn't my type, and it's giving city girl vibes. You came out real hot out the gate, and you got these temperaments and these, you know, these facial expressions, stuff like that. I just wasn't feeling it. Kind of young and immature to me.
She's doing it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is he someone that's your type?
No.
Okay. Why not?
It's the nose ring and the earrings for me.
Okay.
It's a no.
Hey, everybody got, you know.
Next.
Let's go over here.
What's up with her?
You're-
I popped my balloon because I feel like our personalities will clash. You're very attractive, though. I pay attention to detail. Love the necklace, matching the bracelet. Again, down to, ankle bracelet. You look fine. It's cool that you're into fashion, but I don't think our personalities will get along. So I figured I'd save you some time. That's all.
Okay, I agree.
Okay, and why do you agree?
It wasn't the physical attraction for me.
Okay.
Hmm.
You said it wasn't the physical?
It wasn't.
Then what was it?
I mean, you popped your balloon, so yeah.
Okay.
Next.
I'm Zaid and I'm 30. You're a gorgeous woman, sweetheart. I just think it's a humility thing. Kind of seem a little uptight when you get rejected, you know what I'm saying? But, it's the name of the game, though. You know what I mean? I hope you find your match, though, regardless.
Okay, cool.
You see someone that's your type?
No.
All right, why not?
I would say it's the attraction for me.
Okay.
She told this man.
I know you're broke, but anyways.
He got humbled instantly. This is what happens when social media girl meets real life men.
Their comment while we pop balloons about folks being broke is just not really appreciated, so.
Well, they popped my balloon and it wasn't appreciated on my end either. That's unfortunate. Let's move on. Not period. Okay.
Wait for it. She is about to get it.
Just because.
We heard your comment. You don't have to go too deep.
I wanted to, just like you did on the last episode. Thank you. Have a good day.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and move to the next one.
I didn't know this was about the last episode. Oh my gosh.
Turn your bitch ass around and get the back to your seat.
And I own a mingle and dating company. We host events.
Okay, and why did you pop your balloon today?
I think she's toxic.
Toxic?
I'm not toxic at all.
That's fine. But she's not the type for me.
That's great. Let's move on.
It's her combativeness.
Okay.
I guess.
I've never seen a financially stable person complain about someone saying you should not be broke. Just saying. But let's move on.
Was toxic. She criticized everyone. But in the end, things didn't go her way.
Shay, why'd you end up popping your balloon?
I don't like the outfit choice.
Is there anything specific?
Specifically, the Gucci belt, I felt like you tucking the shirt in behind it was, you want us to see the belt. And I don't think that was necessary, I guess, for the outfit.
Why'd you end up popping your balloon?
I don't like the way he walks. Yeah, when he came around the corner, he kind of like walks like a duck almost. Like it was kind of like that. And I didn't like it.
Well, let me ask my final question then. Is it a yes for you for him?
It is.
Okay. And is it a yes for you for her?
I'm going to have to say no.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry, but.
Woman popped her balloon the second he walked in, then mocked him for being from Alabama, but his comeback almost made her cry. Even the host died laughing.
I'm Sergio Nell, I'm 24 and I'm a medical specialist. First, you're short and I'm a tall girl. I like 6 foot and up. 2, I don't do dreads. And then you're an electrician. I'm thinking about like businessman, doctor, lawyer. And you're from Alabama. I heard things about Alabama. I'm from New York, so no thank you.
Okay. What'd you hear about Alabama?
You could probably marry your sister.
What?
She coming for your people.
I know. I can't even let her go like that.
Okay, and is she somebody that you would approach? Is she your type?
No, I don't think I like her attitude. I don't like the attitude. I think you're a little up there. I mean, no.
I think
you gotta come down a little bit.
No,
down.
I think you think I'm up there.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
So just the attitude.
Yeah, and she's not that cute either. So.
Oh, not cute either.
You said she's not that
cute. He thinks I'm cute. He can't admit it. You know I'm cute.
Nah, you're not ugly, but you're not cute either, though.
And she's investing in her career, her friendships. She's just overall bossed up. And then, and only then, does the right guy come into her life, literally sweep her off her feet and treat her like a queen because she won't tolerate any less. And she's learned her lesson.
Women do not leave good men.
Y'all leave healthy relationships faster than y'all leave abusive ones. There is literally a trend going on right now that women created labeled "Why I Left the Good Man." He checked all the boxes. Millions and millions of views, thousands of comments, thousands of videos. This is a whole trend. What the hell are you talking about?
I don't know who needs to hear this, but just because a man is a good person doesn't make him a good partner, okay? We've seen it all before. The church man that goes to church every weekend. We've seen it all before. the man that loves his job and is passionate and cares about the kids, but that doesn't make them a good partner. Sorry.
Left the man that I loved for the man that I deserve. I was in a relationship for 10 years and decided to leave that relationship because he was no longer the man of my dreams. He was a good boyfriend and he never cheated on me, and we were good to each other, but when it came to alignment and what I deserved and what I wanted and saw for myself and my future kids, I wanted to give my kids the best possible father I could, as well as like the best possible life I could give them, and love is not enough for that. So I left. It took me years of contemplation, but now I am in pursuit of finding the man of my dreams again, and somebody who will give my children and me the best possible life. Because at the end of the day, it's not about what you want, it's about what you deserve and what you plan on giving yourself. Because you're young, you're hot, you might as well live your best possible life, especially the one life that you have, the one body that you have, the one like time period that you have. Like, don't waste it away on settling.
Never feel guilty for having to walk away from the good guy. Just because he's a good guy, just because he's a gentleman, just because he treats you well, just because he's generous, just because he's successful and he's nice and all of those things, that's not a reason alone to choose him. He could be a good guy, but that doesn't mean that he is good enough for you. That doesn't mean that he is right for you, and you should not have to compromise on your standards or your non-negotiables because he's a good guy. Men should already be good men. They should already have character traits that are suitable for your relationship. They should already be chivalrous. They should already be generous. They should already have success in their life. They should already have these characteristics as a decent human being. That is not a reason to choose him. And we really need to stop putting these men on a pedestal because they're nice, because they're good men, because they're generous. Like, they should already be that way.
We talk about how hard it is to leave the good guy. When you say, I want a divorce, and he's like, no, I want to work this out. Everything's going to be fine. You know, we can get through this. And he's so encouraged.
I will genuinely never understand this mindset. But of course, this is like a 2-minute video. So what else does she have to say?
Everything's just so fucking peachy keen, right? We talk about how I'm manipulated into staying because he's a good guy. He does nothing wrong. Like, the only thing he's guilty of is being lazy and, you know, not putting in effort like we did when we were in the beginning of our relationship, like any other marriage. He doesn't beat me, doesn't do anything.
No one talks about divorcing a good guy. I've been divorced twice, both of which were my decision, and neither one of them were abusing me or cheating on me. That doesn't mean there wasn't a pile of other reasons as to why we couldn't maintain a healthy relationship. You deserve to be happy. And I'm proud of you for taking responsibility for your happiness and doing something about it. So stop beating yourself up.
The reason why nobody's talking about divorcing the good guy is because they know how it makes them look, and they oftentimes live to regret it. And the bottom line is that it is extremely disappointing for men to hear stories like this, because it tells them that they could be an amazing man, but this is how they could still end up. The woman that they love and that they said vows to and that she said vows back to him could just decide she's not happy and she leaves him. Ladies, what so many men would love for you to understand is that they don't do that to you. Men do not leave good women simply because they aren't happy. Because most men understand that if they are not happy and yet they have a good woman, it is a him problem.
In general, good men are steady and consistent and predictable. It's why as women we think you're boring. Again, it's just another difference between us, not good or bad or right or wrong, just another difference between us as men and women. As women in general, we like chaos and drama and disruption of routine. That's what makes us feel alive and engaged in life. We abhor structure. As women, we abhor structure and routine because we want to do what we want to do, and we think it's boring to have that routine. Structure holds us accountable, and we don't want accountability. So we want to do what we want to do when we want to do it and thrive on that instability because, again, it makes us feel engaged and alive. Ergo, why we are attracted to bad boys, because they're chaotic and we think that's exciting and it adds drama and passion to our lives.
Women have never been more depressed, socially isolated, and on antidepressants like they are on today.
More men than women die by suicide,
at least according to a lot of sources, even though more women than men report having suicidal thoughts, as well as more non-fatal attempts. Otherwise put, more men than women die from suicide, but women report more suicidal thoughts and attempts than men. Women think of suicide more, while men commit suicide more. According to the American Centers for Disease Control and many more sources, men account for upwards of 70% of all reported suicide deaths. However, according to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, women are 1.5 times more likely than men to commit suicide, even though men report greater success. Some explanations are offered, and they're quite interesting. For instance, the interpersonal theory of suicide assesses how suicide desire and capabilities develop. According to the theory, suicidal desire emerges when individuals experience intractable feelings of perceived burdensomeness and thwarted belongingness, and that near-lethal or lethal suicidal behavior occurs in the presence of suicidal desire and capability for suicide. Men are way more fearless of death than women, and men can tolerate more pain than women. As a result, men tend to use more lethal means when it comes to committing suicide. Compared to women, men use more violent approaches to suicide. For instance, over 50% of male suicides involve a firearm, compared to 30% of cases involving women. Suicides by a firearm have a 90% success rate, compared to the 10% success rate for cases involving self-piercing or burning, suffocation or hanging, and overdose. For most men, the first attempt at suicide is successful, while most women live through their first attempt. Less than half of men who commit suicide have a history of struggling with related tendencies, whereas more than 50% of women who commit suicide have a related history. Women report greater levels of desire for self-harm compared to men, but their approaches are not as lethal since the motivation is often non-suicidal, with the opposite being true for men. Self-harm among women focuses more on communicating distress or seeking to change other people's behaviors or reactions. Besides, major depression is twice as common among women compared to men, a phenomenon that increases suicidal behaviors among women. A rather interesting or not so interesting development revolves around the fact that suicide is more common among transgender compared to the normal gendered people, the rates being like 2 times over the national rates, and 6 times over the general population. Since the whole movement has recently taken a political dimension, the explanations are quite divided.